now it's time for lesson 3. Welcome back. I'm excited that you're here with me to do the rest of the same branch. Are you ready? Do you have your books? Well, go get them and we're going to get started. So we're looking at page 8 and we're looking at the picture on the top. Oh, can you see what I can see? Well, there's Reginald. Remember, the last time we left off, Reginald had crawled away looking for some fireflies. He wanted to see them because they were so beautiful. And his family, Anne, Ronnie, and Jemima, were all at the bottom of the tree, and they wanted to find Reginald. Could they see him? No, he was nowhere to be seen. They couldn't see him. But now we can see that Reginald is okay. But is he really okay? Look at his face. Oh, he looks kind of worried, maybe a little sad. Do you see the tear coming from his eyes? And maybe something coming from his nose too. I think he might have been crying a lot. Let's read and find out what Reginald is going through. Let's find out where he is. Because at this moment, I don't know. And I really want to know. All I can see is that he's in the jungle. There are trees, a blue sky, so I know it's daytime. But I don't know anything else. How about you? Do you know anything else? No? Okay, so why don't we read together page 8 on the top.
Page 8. Reginald is very sad. The fireflies are not shining because the sky is not dark. Where are the moving lights? He thinks. Suddenly, he looks around. He cannot see his tree. He cannot see his family. Where am I? He thinks. Mom, Dad, Jemima, he shouts.
What did we just read? Well, Reginald is very sad, and we saw that in the picture. But why is he sad? Well, the fireflies are not shining anymore. It's not dark, it's sunny outside. It's a new day. But he wonders, where are the moving lights? Where are they? Remember, Reginald doesn't know about fireflies. Now, when he doesn't see them, he starts to feel, I think, a little scared. He looks around him. He doesn't see his big, beautiful green tree. He doesn't see that. He wants to know where his mom, his dad, and his sister are. So he shouts, Mom, Dad, Jemima, where are you? He needs to find them because he is a baby and no one around him, nothing to see. He doesn't know where he is. Wow, I think he might be lost. So we're going to read more to find out what happens to Reginald and because he's lost. But why don't we, for a hint, look at page 9. Let's look at the photo and see if that can tell us what's going to happen to Reginald before we read. So we're looking at page 9, and what can we see? A dangerous situation. Remember those dangerous animals that we talked about? Well, some of them are on the page right there. On the bottom, I can see a tarantula. Oh, kind of scary because they have poison in them. Ooh, I'm nervous about it. I'm nervous for, yes, that's right, Reginald. You can see him in the center of the page. And he's very close and looks like he's falling from a jaguar. Wow, that does not seem very fun at all. Do you think he's having a good time? Look at his face. He's kind of crying. He's nervous, I think. Oh no, is the jaguar going to eat him? I don't know. It looks like the jaguar is very angry. That is not good. I hope he's not going to eat him. What else can you see on this page? Can you see the bird up there? The toucan again. And the toucan is watching everything that is happening. I am really nervous for Reginald. How is he going to get out of this situation? What's going to happen next? Let's read together page 8 on the bottom to find out how he got there and what he's going to do.
Suddenly, Reginald turns around. He sees a jaguar walking through the jungle. The jaguar sees Reginald. "A baby sloth," thinks the jaguar. "I want a baby sloth. They are beautiful." The jaguar walks over to Reginald. She picks him up in her mouth and takes him away. After 1 hour, the jaguar sees a tarantula. She screams. "Ah, a tarantula! I don't like tarantulas." When she screams, Reginald falls out of her mouth. The jaguar runs away, and Reginald looks at the tarantula. "Please don't hurt me," he thinks.
Suddenly, after what has happened, remember he's shouting. Reginald shouts for his parents previously, but now suddenly he turns around and there is a jaguar. Oh my goodness, a jaguar is walking through the jungle. And what happens? Well, it sees Reginald and he thought, oh wow, a baby sloth. I want a baby sloth because they're so cute. The jaguar goes over and picks Reginald up with its mouth. Wow. So Reginald is hanging there from the jaguar's mouth. Oh my goodness. So the jaguar has him and takes him away. An hour goes by and then the jaguar sees the tarantula. That's why we saw that in the photo. Do you remember the jaguar and the tarantula? Well, what happened was the jaguar screams. The jaguar wasn't going to eat Reginald. The jaguar was afraid of tarantulas. She doesn't like tarantulas. So when she screams, Reginald falls out of her mouth and the jaguar runs away. But now what happened? Well, Reginald is left in front of that spider, that tarantula, and all he can think of is, please don't hurt me. That's all he can do. Poor Reginald. So he's taken up by a jaguar, dropped, and then now he's in front of a tarantula. What would you do? What is Reginald going to do? How about we turn to page 10 and look at the picture together to find out what he does. You got it in front of you? Do you feel better? No, I don't feel better either, because what is this picture of? Well, this is a picture of Ronnie and Jemima and the toucan. So we don't get to see what happens to Reginald right now, but we're looking at his family. And what is his family trying to do? His family, they want to find him. They're looking for him. They want to go get him. Something interesting that's on this page is that I can see the bird again. Can you see the bird? And it looks like the bird is talking. There's a bubble there, and inside that bubble is a picture. And I can see Reginald. But it looks like the bird is telling a story because we saw this before. This happened before. Reginald is on the ground and the jaguar is coming over to Reginald. So what is the bird doing? It looks like the bird is telling Reginald's family, Ronnie, Ann, and Jemima, what has happened to him. But does the bird know that the jaguar is gone? No, I don't think so. I don't see it in the picture. So we're going to have to read page 10 to find out how his family reacts, how they learn about him and the jaguar. So we're going to look at the top of page 10 and we're going to read together.
Page 10. Ronnie, Ann, and Jemima are crawling through the jungle. They look for Reginald. "Reginald! Reginald!" they shout. But they cannot see Reginald. Ronnie is very sad. There are many dangerous animals in the Amazon jungle, he says to Anne. Yes, there are. We must find Reginald, she says.
Ronnie, Anne, and Jemima are crawling through the forest. They're looking for Reginald. Can they find him? Well, they're shouting his name. Reginald! Reginald! They want Reginald to hear them so he will come to them. But they cannot see Reginald. Ronnie is sad. He's so sad because he wants to find him. They know that there are many dangerous animals in the jungle, and they're worried about him. They're thinking about poor Reginald by himself. They know that they must find Reginald. Are they going to find them? Remember the picture and the bird? Well, let's find out by reading the last part of page 10, where that bird comes into the story.
Suddenly, a toucan flies to them. Are you looking for a baby sloth? Says the toucan. Yes, we are, says Anne. Your baby is with a jaguar, says the toucan. A jaguar? Jaguars are dangerous animals, thinks Ronnie. They are over there, says the toucan, pointing. Ronnie, Anne, and Jemima crawl on.
Suddenly, a toucan flies over. Yes, there's that bird that we were wondering about. So the toucan comes over to the sloths and asks them, are you looking for a baby sloth? And they say, yes, yes, we are. What does the toucan say? Well, he tells them that the baby sloth is with a jaguar. Oh my goodness, this is great news for them, but it's also kind of scary. They're happy to know that Reginald is somewhere that they can go get them because the toucan says he's over there, right? He tells them in what direction to go to find Reginald. But think about it. Now they think that Reginald is with the jaguar. They don't know that the jaguar dropped him and went off. So they are going to keep crawling on. They're going to try to find Reginald. It's a good thing that bird came along, don't you think? To point them in the right direction. Otherwise, they could have been going for a long time. And remember, sloths are very slow, so it could have taken a long time. Are you ready to turn to page 11? Are you ready to see that photo? I still want to know what has happened to Reginald. So let's look together. Page 11. Got the picture in front of you? Great. So what are we looking at? Well, I see him. I see Reginald. I'm so happy. And what about the spider? Well, the spider is at the bottom of the page, and I can see that Reginald is climbing a tree. That's good, I think, because he's away from the spider. Remember, Reginald was kind of nervous, scared of the spider. So he's climbing up the tree. But wait, what do you see at the top of the tree? I see them too. I see some monkeys. Do you remember the monkeys from another story that we did together? Yes, I can remember them. And they were kind of bad monkeys, weren't they? I wonder if these monkeys are the same monkeys as before. Well, to find out, I think we're going to have to read. But look at those monkeys. Are they looking at Reginald? They're wondering what's happening. They're wondering about Reginald, I bet. So, let's read page 11, the top.
Page 11. Reginald is very scared. He looks at the tarantula. The tarantula looks at him. The tarantula is very big and hairy. Suddenly, Reginald hears a noise. He looks up a small tree. He sees a monkey. The monkey is the same color as Ronnie. "Dad! Dad!" shouts Reginald. He begins to crawl up the tree. He thinks the monkey is his father. He climbs and climbs.
So why did Reginald start climbing that tree? Well, he was very scared. He looked at the tarantula, and the tarantula was looking at him. So at one time, they're looking at each other. It can be kind of nerve-wracking. The tarantula is very big, and it's a hairy spider. But Reginald hears a noise, yes, and when he turns, he sees that there is it looks like another sloth, the same color as Ronnie. He thinks it's his father, so he shouts, "Dad, Dad!" He wants his father, to be near him because he's afraid. So he shouts for his father, and then he starts crawling up the tree. So he's going away from the tarantula. I think that's very good. But he thinks he's crawling up the tree to his father. Is he? What do you think? Well, you've seen the picture, so you know it's a monkey. It's not his father. Does Reginald know that? No, he really thinks it's his dad. Let's finish up the page and find out what happens. I want to know if the monkeys start talking to Reginald.
Half an hour later, he reaches the monkey's branch. There are 5 monkeys. They look at Reginald. Reginald looks at the monkeys. They move very fast. "You are very fast sloths," says Reginald. "Where is my father?"
"We are not sloths,"
says one monkey.
"We are monkeys."
How long does it take Reginald to climb that tree? Well, we just read it takes him a half an hour. That's so long. That's 30 minutes until he reaches the monkey's branch. And how many monkeys are there? There are 5 monkeys. Yes. Can he see his father? No. And what else does he notice? That the monkeys are very fast. They like to move very fast. And sloths are very slow. So he says to the monkeys, "You're very fast sloths. Where is my father?" What do those monkeys say back to him? So they know about sloths, don't they? Of course they do. The monkeys say, "We're not sloths. We're monkeys." Wow, kind of a difficult situation, don't you think? I'm excited about turning to page 12 and looking at that picture. I want to know about those 5 monkeys that we met before. Remember, Reginald has never met them. So, what's going to happen next? Let's turn the page together. So we're on page 12 and we're looking at that picture. This is my favorite picture in this whole book. I think it's fantastic. What can we see? Well, we see that Ronnie is standing, Anne is standing, and Ronnie is holding Jemima. What can we see in front of them? What are they looking at? Well, we can see many dangerous animals, can't we? We see the spider on the bottom and an anaconda. Why is he looking at the tarantula? Why is he looking at that spider? Remember, it was in the story before. So Reginald had seen it. Do you see the spider web? That's the home of the spider. It's kind of interesting. I like how they're staring down. It's almost like Ronnie is saying, "Where is my baby? Tell me now." I think that Ronnie looks very strong here. So it's very exciting. But we have more to read. So let's look at the top of page 12 and find out what is going to happen.
Page 12. Ronnie, Anne, and Jemima are crawling through the jungle. Suddenly, they see a tarantula. They look at the tarantula. The tarantula looks at them. "What is it, Dad?" asks Jemima. "It is a tarantula," says Ronnie. "Is it dangerous?" asks Jemima.
Ronnie, Anne, and Jemima are crawling through the forest. They're looking for Reginald. And then suddenly they see a tarantula, the same tarantula that Reginald had seen. So they look at the tarantula looks at them. There's a moment of quietness, I'm sure. And then Jemima asks her father, because she has never seen one before. Remember, she is a baby like Reginald. She says, "What is it, Dad?" And he says, "It's a tarantula." Very scary? Well, does Ronnie seem scared? Does Anne seem scared? I don't think so. So I wonder why. What does Ronnie know about tarantulas? Let's finish off page 12 and find out for ourselves.
Yes, a tarantula can hurt you, but tarantulas are nice spiders. They only bite when they are scared. Don't move too fast, says Ronnie. We are sloths, says Anne. We can't move fast. Oh, yes, you are right, Anne, says Ronnie.
So Jemima asks her father, "Is the tarantula dangerous?" What does Ronnie say? Well, Ronnie has been in the jungle for a while, and he says that, a tarantula is a nice spider. Oh, I didn't know that, really. It is a nice spider, and that they only bite when they are scared. Oh, that is great information, don't you think? So, if you don't move too fast, then you're okay, because you don't want to scare that spider, that tarantula, because he might get nervous and bite you. So, are they going to move fast? Of course not. And why is that? Because they are sloths. Who says that? Ronnie says, "Don't move fast." And that was right, it was Anne. Anne says, "We're sloths. We can't move fast." I think it's kind of like a joke. It was really funny to me when I read that. I wonder if she was meaning a joke when she said it. Can they move fast? Oh, no. And Ronnie replies back to her, "Oh, yes, you're right, Anne." Yes, Anne is quite smart. Ronnie is too, but I think that Anne might be the smarter sloth there.
Stop and pause.
We have read a lot today, haven't we? A lot of things have happened. Reginald woke up to find that the fireflies were gone, and only to be picked up by a jaguar, and to be carried around for half an hour, and then to see a tarantula, and the jaguar runs away, and he's in front of the spider all by himself, in front of that tarantula. What does he do? Well, he hears what he thinks are some sloths in a tree. So he starts climbing that tree. When he gets up there, he sees some really fast sloths. But hey, we know that they're not fast sloths, they're monkeys. And Reginald learns that too. His father is not there. He thought he was, but he wasn't. What is Reginald going to do now? I don't know. And what about Ronnie and Jemima? What are they doing? Well, they're in the same area of where Reginald was, so they might be able to find him. But we're going to have to wait until next time to know for sure. But I have a good feeling about it, and I hope you do too. Now it's time for your homework. Okay, so for homework, I want you to read the next few pages. You're going to read 13 to 16. Now, those are the last pages in the book. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens. Also, I want you to do the questions in your workbook. Now you're doing the questions that are about the pages we read today. Can you do that? Don't forget, yes, that's right, your tape. You want to check your answers. Make sure you're doing a fantastic job. So you go do that, and I will see you next time. Bye!